My name is Maj Gen Ondra Berry. I'm the Adjutant General for the great state of Nevada. Battle born, battle ready is how we always start off. That's our battle cry. So when you ask me in terms of the board of directors and our responsibilities and what we do, here's the biggest thing that you have to keep in mind. First of all, think about what NGAUS does on a national level. And when you look at the 54 states, territories, and districts, the one thing that got me really interested in being a part of the board was the fact that when you look at their responsibilities, they play a huge part in taking care of especially the smaller states, territories, and the district, because you may not have the resources to go out and be up on the hill on a regular basis. When you think about relevancy, when you think about readiness, when you think about modernization, when you think about quality of life, those are the roles and responsibilities that we get involved with as a board in terms of working for you on a regular basis and making sure that we are fighting to make sure that you have the resources and the support and able to do your mission. When you pay attention to readiness, if you don't have the right equipment, the right support, the right resources, the right funding, then we can't do our best work. And when we talk about what the National Guard is tapped on the shoulder to do, from always ready, always there, that's what it takes from us. So sitting on the board right now, my big responsibility is to work with our chairman and our vice of air, Army also, I'm the vice of air, is to make sure that we support the national organization, that we sit and look at what's critical to our 54, that we pay attention to make sure that we can be a part of being an operational reserve that is always ready and always there. When you think about who can be involved and engage or who's eligible, if you are a member in good standing and have a proven track record and raise your hand at a national level, then you too can be a part of that. So when I really look back and think about what inspired me to run for a position on the board, here's the things that I pay attention to. First of all, I was involved at our state level, and we were working very hard to change some legislation. And our legislation almost mirrored what was going on the national level. The other thing that I paid really close attention to is what NGAUS was doing that we didn't have the ability to do, and I wanted to be more involved with that. And then also, I say this to my senior leadership especially, to whom much is given, much is required. And I didn't want to sit back and not know what the critical key components of what was going on at the national level, and not want to have a voice, and not want to have a presence, and not want to be engaged in what we could do, not just from our state, but at a national level. So one of the first things that I did when I became the Adjutant General was to get NGAUS and NGAUS working closely together, because we weren't a large state, to make sure that they were on the same page and they were interdependent of each other. Then I said, how do we get involved on the national level at all positions? And then we raised our hand to do the 2021 conference when we got a call from NGAUS saying who was interested. And that really got me attuned in the key things that NGAUS was doing, how they were being ambassadors and advocates and champions for the 54. And so I got inspired because of that, because I saw the value add of what NGAUS was doing on a regular basis and how that positioned our state to be aligned to that force structure, that modernization, those key resources that would help us be a force multiplier to the total force. And here's what I will say to anybody that aspires to be a part of the board. First of all, the biggest thing that you can do as a leader today in the United States military, in the National Guard, for your men and women and civilians and soldiers and airmen that do this role, for your service members, is leadership engagement. Be engaged. First of all, be engaged at your state level. There is such a need out there, and everything rises and falls on good or bad leadership What are you willing to do? It's very easy to do this and to point fingers and to say woulda, shoulda, coulda, or somebody should step up, or how come we aren't in a position. But it starts off with you having a commitment, a dedication, a drive, a passion, a focus, a hunger to want to take care of your people. And anybody with an aspiration that is willing to do that and ask the question, where must we be doing better? And how do we better align our people, our organization to get us more of a value add on the national level? So if you're willing to do that, willing to raise your hand, willing to, and we think about the core values of service before self or selfless service, that's what it requires. And it will make you better. It will improve your leadership capabilities. It will give you more influence. It will position you to have a voice to take care of your organization. And that's what we should want to do as a senior leader. I say this to my people all the time. If serving is beneath you, leadership is beyond you. And that's really what it's about. And we have to be servant leaders once we get to this level. So if you're willing to serve, willing to give back, willing to commit, willing to dedicate, and want to raise and heighten what your organization, what your state, territory, district is willing to do, want to get more aligned to what's going on the national level, want to play a bigger role, want to be a part of something bigger than yourself, and want to leave a legacy that matters, get involved, get engaged, raise your hand. I ain't gonna say it's always easy, don't expect pats on the back, but you know what? That's why we're the less than 1%. That's why we wear the cloth of the United States military, and that's why we serve, to leave it better, to make it better, to improve it, to elevate it, to take it to another level.